Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Classic.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Let's get it.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance. Standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I give you.
Yeah.
Different life from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't
333. What up, chat?
strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye if you ain't with real life. I seen a couple people try and it ain't in prison. I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me.
Early.
If they start to stand on 9, that's where it end with me. It get in quickly. In the way I level up, I make them spin differently. I should start a foundation. They be make a wish in me. I got these hoes in the fence. They can't seem to get to me. Babe, I done mastered discipline. It take more than booty cheeks. Need a little more conversation, cause I still be trying to see. I be listening with my eyes. Yeah, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize. You can't find another me. Let's get focused. Want the fruits of your labor, gotta climb the tree. Yeah.
You want the fruits of your labor, gotta climb the tree. Let's go, chat. Yes, classic with the classic codes, and I got another great live show for y'all today. We got a full slate of things to go over, so we're not going to waste too much time. But if it's your first time here, make sure that you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on your notifications. If you've done all those things, make sure you let somebody else know about the channel who may want to interact and have some conversation, whether they agree or disagree, because we got to crack these codes.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
So yeah, man, today we got a sports segment. We got a reaction video. We have a question of the day. We got a code language conversation, and we also have a TikTok reaction video. So like I said, we got a full slate of things to talk about today. We're going to start off with the sports segment. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat already. 333. Shout out to the Tez Down. He said we in here. Shout out to Souls of Thought. He said 333. Shout out to everybody that's there. Make sure y'all smash that like button for me. Yes, Lord. Let's get active. Let's get active.
Classic.
All right, we starting off with the sports segment, and we're going to be talking about the fight coming up this Saturday. Canelo Alvarez is fighting against Terrence Bud Crawford, and it'll be on Mexican Independence Day weekend. And so we're going to dig into another nuance of the fight that we haven't discussed yet. It's classic with the classic code sports. Let's get active.
There you go. Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold.
All right, so this Saturday, I believe September 13th it is, Terrence Bud Crawford will be facing off against Saul Canelo Alvarez for undisputed champion at 168-pound division. Terrence Crawford's last fight was about a year ago, and he fought at 154 pounds. All of his fights prior to that were at 147 pounds or less. So Terrence Crawford moving up significantly in weight to challenge himself and to challenge Canelo Alvarez for his 168-pound undisputed championship. This fight for Terrence Crawford, winning this fight would make him a 3-division undisputed world champion. That's special because there's less than 10 undisputed champions in boxing history in the 4-belt era. There's less than 10 undisputed champions in boxing history, and Terrence Bud Crawford will have had done it not only once, but in 3 different weight classes. And so, in my opinion, winning this fight and winning it impressively and unanimously, decisively for Terrence Crawford would make him the best fighter of all time. That's my opinion. People can say a lot of things about resume. They can debate a lot of nuances. There's no right or wrong answer. That's my opinion. Terrence Crawford win this fight on Saturday and become a 3-weight class undisputed champion in the 4-belt era. I think that makes him the greatest fighter of all time. That's just what it is. That's where I'm at with it, and I'm excited to watch the fight.
Classic.
Souls of Thought said Bud looks good though on the Netflix series. Yeah, he in great shape. It took him about a year to change his body composition. And I think he looks fit and ready for the fight. Souza Thought said the weight don't look like bad weight at all. Nah, and Terrence was always a strong guy anyway. He probably just had to eat a lot and add some weightlifting to his regimen probably. You know what I mean? But a lot of people have a lot of questions, right? And we're going to talk about one of those questions briefly here on the sports segment. Some people are saying, you know, with the weight, like Souza Thought said, the weight doesn't look like bad weight. A lot of people have questions about the weight, right? We've never seen Terrence Crawford fight at a weight class this heavy. He himself has never done it. We've never witnessed it. You know, what you've done in the gym is a bit different than what happens under the lights, according to every boxer that I've ever heard talk about it. So, you know, sparring with 16-ounce gloves, 18-ounce gloves sometimes, headgear, you know, that's much different, even though you may be sparring bigger guys, trying to get a feel for the power, this, that, and the third. It's just going to be different on fight night. It's going to be a lot of firsts for Terrence Crawford. You know what I mean? And for Canelo Alvarez, very few firsts. He's fought at 168 pounds plenty. He's the champion at that weight division. He's fought small guys coming up to him multiple times that are faster. You know, he's been able to catch those guys and hurt them. Canelo has a lot of history and experience with what he's going to deal with on Saturday. He's just never fought a fighter with this particular skill set of a Bud Crawford just yet. But has he faced a smaller man coming up in weight to challenge him? Yes, he fought Amir Khan. He fought, you know, Kell Brook, I believe. Did Canelo fight Kell Brook? I'm not sure if he fought Kell Brook. He fought Amir Khan. He fought Charlo. Charlo came up in weight. You know, he jumped from 154 to 168 to fight Canelo. So he's fought smaller men coming up to him before. So, you know, for Canelo, he's probably looking at it like another day at the office. Here's the thing, though, chat. A lot of people are saying that Canelo's going to catch Bud and just knock him clean out. I'm going to tell y'all why this fight doesn't end in a knockout. You got a lot of people saying Bud's going to stop Canelo, which is, I'm going to be real, it's absurd. It's absurd. And it's not because I have any doubt in Bud at all. But I'm not going to not believe what my eyes can see. I'm not a person who didn't think that Bud Crawford could knock out Errol Spence. I'm not that person. So if you say, well, you can't say that because a lot of people didn't think he was going to knock out Spence. That was y'all. I knew Terrence Crawford was going to knock out Sean Porter, and I knew that he could knock out Errol Spence. Matter of fact, I won some money on that fight because I had a bet in with Terrence winning by knockout. I won some money on that fight. So, yeah, like, I'm not that person. He not knocking out Canelo, gang. He not. As much as I would like to see it, niggas like, oh, Canelo gonna get tired. Bud could stop him late. Listen, G, he not gonna knock out Canelo. Let me tell y'all the boxing reasons why he not gonna knock out Canelo. Because I don't care how much Canelo fades in the fight. Terrence Crawford is coming up in weight. He already isn't a fighter that fights at a super fast pace. He doesn't throw a low amount of punches, but he ain't throwing flurries all night either. Terrence Crawford ain't just flying his hands. He not throwing 70 punches around. You know what I'm saying? So Terrence already don't fight at a super fast pace, and neither does Canelo. Neither does Canelo. So for Terrence to break someone with an iron chin, from what we've seen from Canelo, he's got an iron chin. Canelo Alvarez's chin is certified.
Classic.
Flat out. I seen Danny Jacobs hit Canelo with some shit that would have sent the average man into the third row. And Canelo just ate that shit and looked at Danny Jacobs like, come on, let's fight. Cabron, let's fight. You know what I'm saying? He just looked at him. I seen Gennady Golovkin twist Canelo head into 180 degrees. I'm talking about Canelo was facing this way and looking that way. And he snapped right back and looked at Golovkin like, come on, let's fight, cabron.
Classic.
So, you know what I'm saying? No, Bud not stopping Canelo. That just is what it is. Listen, okay? I don't care how tired Canelo get in there. He's still going to be dangerous. I don't care how tired he get in there. He's still going to be dangerous. And the fact that he dangerous in that way is going to make it to where, you know, Bud ain't necessarily going to be in a situation where he just gonna throw caution to the wind and try to go finish him. Most of the time when Bud go in for the knockout on somebody, because he got them hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got them like visibly like really hurt, and then he'll go in for the kill. When y'all seen Canelo get wobbled or just like visibly like real fucked up on his feet? Nah, fam. Anytime you seen Canelo visibly hurt, it was suspect. Like, is he hurt? He look a little. Is he hurt? Like, it ain't never been like noodle legs or just flat out dropped, except for some super old shit from when he was at a super smaller weight class fighting against Miguel Cotto's little brother when he was like barely a man yet. Canelo turned pro when he was like 15. So listen, Sean Porter had never been stopped. And I told niggas that Bud Crawford was gonna stop Sean Porter. You feel me? So I understand the realm of reality. Tristan, what up, my boy? How you feeling? So I understand the realm of reality. You know what I'm saying? I understand it. Bud not stopping Canelo, G. Y'all heard it here first on Classic Code Sports. He not. Canelo not gonna stop Bud though. All these people talking about, oh, I just think that, you know, Canelo gonna catch up to him and catch Bud in the 11th round or some shit like that. I don't think y'all get it, man. Like, Canelo not the same, fam. All right, so who's better skill-wise at boxing? Terrence Crawford or Edgar Berlanga? Terrence Crawford, right? Skill-wise. Terrence Crawford, right? All right, so why Canelo ain't do Edgar Berlanga like that? Who's better skill-wise at the sport of boxing? Terrence Crawford or Jaime Munguia? Terrence Crawford, right? Some of y'all don't even know who Jaime Munguia is. Who better at the sport of boxing? Terrence Crawford, right? Okay, so why you ain't do Jaime Munguia like that? You know what I'm saying? Since you just catching up to motherfuckers and sleeping they shit, why you ain't do them like that? And Bud is significantly more skilled than those guys. Who's better at the sport of boxing? William Skull or Terrence Crawford? Terrence Crawford, right? Okay, so if Canelo ain't slept shit in a long time. The last time Canelo put something to sleep was when he went to sleep yesterday. He ain't slept nothing in a long time. He not finna sleep Bud. All this, he gonna catch Bud and that's gonna be it. All right, put some bread on it. Go and make your donation to the casino. This shit not ending in no knockout, y'all. They finna have to show. Listen, if Canelo come out fast on some, I'm gonna show you that you don't belong at this weight type shit. And Bud, when Bud holds up to that, right, and earns Canelo respect, from there, they're going to have a boxing match. And they both got to give each other respect. And the respect is what's going to keep one from breaking the other one down to the point where they could stop them within inside of the 36 minutes of the fight. Y'all get it? They're going to run out of time. Like, for one of them to stop the other one, they need to fight 15 rounds like they used to back in the old days. For Canelo or Bud to get a stoppage, they need to fight 15 rounds. Inside of 12 rounds, neither one of them going to do quite enough damage to the other one to break them down to stop him. Y'all thinking Canelo going to catch Bud on his chin and just spark him out? I don't think y'all understand the durability that you gain when you get yourself into tremendous shape. Bud trains at high altitude. He runs in the mountains. He runs with weighted vests on. The dude trained like an animal. Even if he get clipped, bro gonna get up, G. Terrence Crawford, when y'all know Terrence Crawford chin to just be flat out glass. Like, this not Amir Khan. This not James Kirkland. When Canelo slept them with one punch, those are guys who have been slept by one punch before. Are y'all following what I'm saying? So I'm not taking credit away from Canelo. I'm just talking to y'all about the real. Canelo is an older version of himself. He still got gas in the tank, but he not sleeping shit. Them days over with. And to be honest with you, I think he's a nice guy. Canelo's nice. Do I think he could have slept Edgar Berlanga? Yeah, if he really put the pedal to the metal and really dug in and was committed to trying to stop dude, I think he could have stopped him. But I think that he has a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? He walks around. He comes to the weigh-in with silk Dolce & Gabbana pajamas on. You know what I mean? He ain't got no that lion inside of his heart. That shit gone, bro. Listen, bro, when you in there and you feel like you winning the fight and you punching on dude, you punching on him and shit, and he look like he trying to make it, but he fading, and you like, all right, I mean, if I could go get him, but it'll be a little risky, or I could just keep doing what I'm doing, go ahead and get my bread. Like, you know, you got a $100 million check in the locker room waiting on you. You know what I'm saying? You just, it's like, you know what I mean? Yeah. This will be over soon. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gonna get paid whether he win or lose. It's just a more comfortable. He's not a killer no more. Like Canelo, he not doing all that. He's just not. Like, and Terrence really got something to prove. I told y'all I did a code language on mentality. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about when it comes to mentality. Boxing, combat sports in general, one-on-one sports. Right? Solo sports, where it's just you. Nigga, ain't no subs, ain't no timeouts. One-on-one sports. That's where you know, mentality plays a very, very big role. The percentage that mentality matters increases in a one-on-one sport. There could be somebody with a skill advantage, but the mentality difference can close the skill gap, if y'all follow me. But I don't think Canelo's power will decide the fight because Canelo's power ain't been deciding his fights. Canelo hasn't had a knockout in like 6 or 7 fights. Like, he only fight like twice a year. So that's a few years, y'all. He hasn't knocked anybody out since fucking right after the pandemic or some shit. Maybe. Like, them days is over. So for y'all to think he just finna resurrect the old Canelo and knock Bud out, y'all wasting y'all money. I ain't gonna lie to you. But it is gonna be an amazing fight. For the people that's saying that Bud gonna stop Canelo, maybe they need to just go on YouTube. You know, it's fight week, so everybody starts watching a little bit of Bud's old fights and a little bit of Canelo's old fights. The real boxing fans do, to just try to get a feel for how this matchup gonna look and how it's gonna go and shit like that. Everybody go on YouTube, and you know, if you think that Bud gonna stop Canelo, go watch Canelo versus Gennady Golovkin 1 and 2, and look at some of the punches Canelo get hit with. Golovkin, from what I know, Golovkin was punching. You feel me? Prime Golovkin was punching. He hit Canelo with some shit, boy, and Canelo just kept fighting, folks. So, you know, I don't listen. If y'all telling me that Terrence Crawford punching harder than Golovkin, or if y'all telling me that he punching more strategically, meaning that he's hitting Canelo in very sensitive areas consistently to like break him down, if y'all telling me that he able to do that, and I love, mind you, I predicted Bud beating Spence. I predicted Bud knocking out Sean Porter. I lost real homies over this. They tried to belittle my boxing expertise. They did. I lost real homies over this. You know what I'm saying? Well, not real homies, a real homie. The other nigga a bitch. Anyway, and when I see him, I'm gonna toss him a pair of 16s. So anyway, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's one of them situations where I respect everything about Bud. I respect everything about Canelo. And when I look at it objectively, because I have Bud winning the fight, but when I look at it objectively, it's not gonna be no knockout, y'all. At all for either man. We're gonna watch 12 rounds of good ass fighting. The fight not even gonna start until like halfway through the third, beginning of the fourth. So off the rip, you could take out of the 36 minutes that they're gonna fight each other, you could take probably 7.5 minutes off the clock already, just on some feeling them out, fainting, looking, posturing, stepping, fainting, looking, stepping, flick the jab, fainting, looking, stepping, see who gonna do something. Canelo rip a hook, Terrence block that shit, look at him, he look at him, looking, machismo, fainting, looking. You could take 7.5 minutes off the clock. I'm just being real about how the fight gonna go. You could take 7.5 minutes out of the 36 straight away. Get that shit out of here. So now you're talking about a 20-something minute fight. It's either one of them gonna break the other one down, because both of them got decent ass defense. Both of them are aggressive on offense. Both of them know how to set traps. Canelo likes to counterpunch. Terrence Crawford likes to counterpunch. So who's going to be the person that's cool with being first? I would think it would be in Terrence Crawford's best interest on Mexican Independence Day in Las Vegas to be first, right? So if he gonna be first, some of his counterpunching ability is gonna have to come in an exchange, right? So that means, for people who don't understand what I mean by be first, that means so you're gonna have Terrence Crawford flicking a jab at Canelo to kick off engagement. Canelo trying to counter his jab, Terrence defense against the counter, and then come back with some shit to counter. So he gonna have to dictate exchanges to counterpunch, because somebody got to go first, and both of them are punchers, which is why another reason why I'm telling y'all that this fight isn't gonna end in a knockout. When you have two counterpunchers fighting, it becomes a game of patience. Don't be shocked if y'all got little pockets. Remember what I'm telling y'all. Don't be shocked if y'all have little pockets of time where both of them are looking and waiting for the other person to do something so they could do something because they want to counterpunch. No, you kick it out. You hit me first. You hit me first. You hit me. You know what I'm saying? And then they kind of looking, posturing, looking, flicking, fainting, looking, fainting. And it's like punch, somebody punch. Then somebody flick something, somebody throw something. It's going to become chess in certain moments. So all that chess being played is tick, tock, time coming off the clock. You know what I'm saying? All that chess being played is going to be time coming off the clock. And it's going to be too much of that for somebody to be getting significantly beat up on to the point where they get stopped. You got two men who've never been stopped before fighting each other. And y'all think all of a sudden somebody's just going to get hit with some shit and just go out. It's not going to happen. That's some casual fan bullshit right there. If respectfully though,
Classic.
What up, O? O said people going to claim that the start of the first is boring. Real boxers going to see what's happening. Yeah. Yup. A lot of posturing, feigning. You feint at him, see how he react to it, shoot some shit to set something up later. You know, little shit like that. You know, Canelo going to try to hit Terrence on his arms and on his body just so he can feel his strength early, you know. And Terrence going to want to take some of that, right? Like Canelo going to, when Canelo open up for the first wild-ass hook, Terrence going to want to, you know, catch that shit probably on his arm and on his glove, on his guard. He gonna want to catch that shit probably just to feel some of that, to see what it's time about. See, y'all see, civilians think about these fights like the scary people that they are. Fighters don't think like that. Terrence, he looking forward to getting in there and feeling some of Canelo power. He looking forward to getting in there and feeling some of Canelo power so that he can know what's happening for real. And I think in his mind, y'all done gassed the power up so much that no matter how hard Canelo punch, it's gonna be like, oh, that's it. Because in his mind, he probably know he probably feel like he finna get hit with a cinder block the way y'all gassing it up. So anything less than that is gonna be like, oh, this shit, let's get it. I'm cool. Let's get it. Let's fight. You know what I'm saying? But you know, they underestimate the greats. I got Bud Crawford winning by decision. I think it's going to be a split decision, though, regardless of how one-sided the fight is. I think Canelo coming to the ring with a scorecard in his boxing trunks. So, you know, that's just the politics of boxing. So it is what it is. But, yeah, that's just my opinion. I mean, it is this fight being promoted by TKO, Dana White and them. So, you know, you never know what type of shit show it's going to be. You know what I mean? If I was y'all, I would bet on a draw. Or, you know, bet on Bud by knockout if you're just trying to see some significant gains. If you lose, it's just a donation. But any other bet probably ain't worth making. I don't know how close the odds is right now. I haven't looked, and I don't want to look right now. We're finna move on to the rest of the show. But, yeah, man, Canelo's power will not decide the fight. I think his level of activity, if he wants to win rounds against Bud, I think that he needs to just throw a lot of punches. The way that Canelo fights, even when he's not landing, say that you're catching his punches and blocking his punches, the way he opens up and throws these big demonstrative shots, it just looks real good to the judges. Oh, he's ripping. He's going for it. He's aggressive. Even if you blocking all that shit, it don't matter. He opening up. He opening up and shit. So it look, you know, extra good. If he just letting them go all night and Terrence not, you know what I'm saying, which we know he will, but if Terrence not combating that with enough work, then we could see a very, very close fight. But I think Canelo coming to the ring with a scorecard in his pocket. So Bud got to win 2 judges. He got to win 2 judges. So, yeah, man, that's my take on it. We're going to talk about it just a little bit more as the fight get closer because it is a big fight and it deserves the attention. Let's get it.
Classic.
All right, we sliding over to Anton Daniels. We sliding over to Anton Daniels with Amanda Seales, ladies and gentlemen. We sliding over to Anton Daniels with Amanda Seales, as y'all know. Christian conservative. They're calling him a conservative activist, but Christian conservative man of influence, content creator. Charlie Kirk was slain yesterday. You know, he was shot inside of his neck at a Utah Valley speaking event, doing his debates and his Q&A. He's survived by his wife and I believe 2 children. Yeah, so they're going to be, I guess Amanda Seales had something to say in regards to Charlie Kirk's passing. So we're going to see what she's talking about, and we'll see what some of Anton's take on it is. And, you know, classic codes, we're going to chime in. Let's get it.
For someone like Charlie Kirk. First of all, Charlie Kirk don't believe in empathy. I can't have empathy for someone like Charlie Kirk. First of all, Charlie Kirk don't believe in empathy. He said it's a bad thing. He said it's some new age made up. He also said people got to be sacrificed in order to protect guns. If he was saying that while fighting for reparations, I may have a little bit of empathy. But this white on white violence, he died? Damn, B. Life comes at you fast.
Okay, so she was live streaming. She must, from what I'm taking from her reaction right now, she was live streaming while his health was still in question, while he was still fighting for his life. She was live streaming, and this was her reaction, finding out that he passed while on live stream. And she said, and okay. And she's like doubling down. So let's continue to listen. Go ahead, chat. I'm going to come to all the chats. Everybody dump in the chat as much as y'all want. 333 to everybody that's here. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Totally free. Let's get it.
Did y'all expect anything different from somebody like an Amanda Seales? Did y'all, like, not popping, got a little bit of visibility as a result of Jubilee, is continuing to espouse hate, trying to act like she's intelligent, but is basically spewing the same talking points as everybody else when it comes to her whole take on Charlie Kirk and empathy, and not even having a full context so that she can have a more informed conversation with the people that she's having a conversation with. Let's hear some more.
I can't have empathy for someone like Charlie Kirk because I cannot be in his shoes. I have no frame of reference for that. I have no cognizance for that. There literally is nothing about his existence that I can relate to. So I don't have any empathy because I have no connectivity.
No, that's not true. Y'all both Christians. To my understanding, Amanda Seales is a believer. And Charlie Kirk was a believer. And Charlie Kirk referenced a lot of Christianity in his rhetoric. Did I agree with every word Charlie Kirk ever said? First off, I haven't heard every word Charlie Kirk ever said. Secondly, I don't agree with every word anybody says. And I change my mind about some of the shit I say sometimes. So the feeling of I need to agree with all your points, views, and opinions in order for me to feel some type of way that overall you're trying to do something good, you know, it's a wild world. And it's a wild woman to have some level of such a big platform. Largely black women follow her. I'm willing to bet her analytics show that mostly black women follow her. I'm sure she has a little bit of everything in her analytics, but I'm sure it's dominated by black women. So you speaking to your sisterhood when you talking like this. And you know, it I ain't even gonna get into that part. Let's continue. There's a lot here. Shout out to P. What up, P? Can't stand Shorty, man. Listen, that's why I'm sitting down, P. I can't stand the reader. Ted said, I like it better when she was Amanda Diva. Lately, she's been really annoying. I think we all in agreement. But, you know, trying to stay relevant out here is a thing, man. She's scraping, scratching, and clawing. Let's go.
I have more connectivity to someone who is a complete stranger that dies of a drug overdose than I do to someone like Charlie Kirk. because life is hard. And I understand that.
A lot of these people, they don't even have, the right frame of reference. They don't even really have a real argument when it comes to their thoughts. And I've seen this happen with multiple people who have passed away over the years since I've been a content creator. And I don't want to name any names because it's not necessary. It's the same playbook every single time. When people on the left that have liberal views, talking points, modern mentality against traditional ways, angry at the world, believes that the world owed them something, fumbled their own opportunities, but continue to blame the system for whatever it is that they're standing on, doesn't really have a leg to stand on, but continue to stand on that same leg, you're going to get the same rhetoric. It's going to be hate. It's going to be evil. And I've always took the stance of if somebody passed away, I don't really have anything to say about them, especially if I didn't really care for them. But we in a new age, and I don't think that it's left versus right. I think it's good versus evil, and I believe that they think that they are right, even though it comes from a place of hate. I truly believe that people like her, believe that they are right, even if it comes from a place of hate. They could say some of the most disparaging, hateful, evil, ugly things and don't benefit from it, have not even an ounce of opportunity that's in front of them that's going to translate into something that's fruitful, don't really add any value into the world. And this is why, honestly, I'm going to be honest with y'all. This is why I stopped debating, right? I was telling people on the Millionaire Morning Show, and I've been saying this over the last few months or whatever, there's people who has been like, yo, this person want to debate with you. And I know it's because, my platforms have somewhat exploded and I've gotten a lot more visibility over the last couple of years and stuff like that. And so people are trying to, bait you in order to try to have certain type of conversations. But, the more that I get into my groove, the less that I'm kind of interested in going back and forth with people. But I was telling people, and I'm giving you the context behind what I'm about to say. I was telling people that I'm no longer interested in debating people, which is the opposite of what Charlie Kirk was doing. Charlie Kirk was in the field, in the streets, really living it and on top of it and willing to meet you. Like one of the most respectable people that I could ever think of in my entire life. Charlie Kirk was campus to campus, opportunity to opportunity, really kicking it with people. And he is a person that respectfully will debate you and your talking points and stand 10 toes down on what it is that he believed, which was largely, conservative values, traditional family roles, serving God, loving Jesus, all of that stuff. Now, these people that you see right here, they don't believe in any of that. And so they attach themselves with things that don't have anything to do with them making real smart decisions. And it's based off of identity politics, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and all of this stuff. Even when it comes to reparations, which I'm not going to deep dive into it with this conversation because I want to get back to what she's saying. Even when it comes to reparations, they're asking for something that have nothing to do with anything that they've earned. And it's based off of using things from the past to get money from people that had nothing to do with whatever it is that you're using to try to coax legislators, the United States of America, and all of this stuff. And they know that it's never coming either, but they continue to espouse it because it's a good talking point, similar to what Democrats do in office in order to keep you a part of the Democrat plantation. So, I don't expect anything less. Like, I don't think that anybody is calling for empathy for Charlie Kirk. Like, that's something that they're making up. Nobody is asking for them, liberals, hateful people, however you want to frame them. Nobody is calling for them to give anybody anything, especially Charlie Kirk.
I agree. That was a narrative that was created out of thin air. Because who even said anything about empathy? This reminds me of when somebody wants to hate and they start their sentence off with, "I'm not hating, I'm just saying," and then they proceed to hate, right? So it's like, I like the people that are saying just because we don't feel anything doesn't mean that we're celebrating. Try shutting the fuck up. How about that? How about that? Try shutting the fuck up. Because if you feel some type of way, stand on it. If you feel nothing at all, you should have nothing to say. It's one or the other. If you feel some type of way, whatever that is that you feel, stand on it. If you feel nothing at all, you should have nothing to say. A few seconds ago, during the sports segment, I referenced a falling out that I had with somebody, and I was like, yeah, when I see him, I'm going to toss him some 16-ounce gloves. That's me standing on how I feel. I didn't passive-aggressively be like, yeah, I don't have an issue with him, but, if he wants to do something, then no, it's that. Ain't no, well, I ain't trying to be insulting, but I'm finna be insulting. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I'm finna be disrespectful. If you being disrespectful, just be disrespectful. Just stand on it. Just do it. The passive aggression is crazy. Just be all the way aggressive. Take the passive off. That's why, listen, it's why it's no way that we gonna lose. It's no way that the Classic Code's gonna lose. There's no way that the Tears Down gonna lose. There's no way that Souls of Thought gonna lose. There's no way Conversation with Soft Rain gonna lose. There's no way Uncle Plug, spelled with 2 G's, is gonna lose. There's no way we gonna lose because we're willing to have real conversations and do it over and over and over and over again until we find some way to penetrate this bullshit matrix.
Classic.
Standing up for righteousness. It just simply is a problem with these people. Cat Williams was right. I'll say it again. Cat Williams was right.
Classic.
This ain't, it's no longer about color. It's not about money. There's God's side and then there's the other side. And for a long, I ain't gonna get off into that. Let's go. I'm trying to become a new classic. I'm not gonna get off into that. Let me come to the comments. I know I'm behind y'all. My bad, chat. Souls of Thought said, can we use the right word? Her explanation was sympathy. Facts. Souls of Thought said, this is empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Absolutely. Empathy comes from a place of like relation, right? But I think Amanda Seals did say, I can't empathize because I can't relate. So she is kind of on the right track. He said, it's the ability, not the connection. So tired of the word used wrong. So you talking about sympathetic versus empathetic. We'll do a code language on it for the people. When fact, we'll do it together. We'll do one together. We can pre-record it if we got to. The Tears Down. When factual information is introduced, the uniformed opinion must conform. When it doesn't, it's called delusion, hypocrisy, insanity. Facts. You cooking. Souls of Thought said, nah, Anton had fear in his eyes on his initial video on Kirk. Let's keep it real. You mean fear for himself? Joe Jet 333. What up, Joe? What's going
Classic.
on? Shout out to everybody who got a win in the fantasy football league too. In the chat 333 fantasy league. I'm coming back for mine this week. Souls of Thought said Anton got the warning once he was accepted to CNN. He has tailored his style. Interesting. Joe Jet. Every single group received reparations, even descendants of the Shalom, the Salem witch trials. Yep. The Tears Down said people got to stop leading with their emotions. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know. That's just kind of like the makeup of, you talking about Anton or you talking about Amanda, Tez?
But there's a basic level of decency and respect that you carry yourself with, regardless of what the person is that you don't necessarily care for. There's a level of decency that you're supposed to have as a human being. That is basic. It is a very basic law and principle. You know what I'm saying? And so I'll just use my own thoughts when I see people have life events, right? People pass away, whatever, so on and so forth, unless they were the ones that introduced it in real time. So let's say, for example, something happened with somebody. Let's say, Shannon Sharp, and he's going through it, and if he decided that he want to have conversations about something in particular, he's a public figure. He does, and so that's warranted. That's valid for you to comment back or react to whatever is going on. But when you see something like life or death or something like that, it's like, for me as a human being, if I don't really care for you, I just won't say nothing, because it's not even about the person that passed away. It's more or less about their children and their family and all of this other stuff. But anyways, let's get to the rest of what she got to say. I went on a little bit of rant because this is more personal as far as how I feel about this whole situation. But so excuse me.
Because it takes very little for someone to end up committing themselves to an existence of numbness. I understand that. That man got murdered at 31 at a college event in the middle of a sentence talking about black gangs.
Talking about black gangs. Can somebody confirm this for me? Because that's not what I seen what was happening. And I actually heard and listened to what he was talking about. And maybe I'm off, but I thought he was talking about, I'm not getting into it, black gangs. Maybe I'm off.
What a way to go. Oh, Chanel. He was actually taken out by an old white man.
Wrong again. They don't even know exactly who the person is as of the recording of this video, who the person was that was the assassin. But again, always wrong, loud and wrong.
In one of the whitest, whitery, witty whites states in existence. He didn't get murked in Watts now. They took him out in Utah. They said, Lady O.
That's not hate. This isn't evil. Less than 3 minutes ago, inside of her video, she just found out this man didn't make it. Listen to her tone while she eating processed food. Listen to her tone. This is some real low vibrational shit, yo. Like, this not evil. Man, please, man. Let I ain't gonna say it. We already been flagged once today. Shout out to Tez Down. I got him flagged today. Sorry, Tez. Just take my part out the video. They'll let you keep it up. I got him flagged today. I crashed out earlier on the Tez Down. I wish I could reference it back to y'all, but we're gonna have to take it off YouTube.
Classic.
Somebody should have screen recorded that. Legendary. But I'll tell you what, if you ain't getting flagged, you ain't doing something right. If you're on the side of righteousness, you get flagged at some point.
Classic.
Believe that. Believe that. Ask Cat Williams. Let's continue, though. Listen to her tone. This is evil. You just found out somebody passed away, what, 3 minutes ago? This your tone? That's crazy.
Lady Oleana. I want you to know it was us. Ain't no way it was a black man that took that man out. Not no Utah. Mm-hmm. And right as that bullet hit him, that man was in the middle of talking shit about gangs. White on white crime. These thugs, y'all.
So, yeah, we'll be doing a lot more reactions because, again, when this first happened, I have been hearing a lot from people about, and people have been sending me their content about people that were saying some of the most evil, egregious things ever. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the.
Yeah, make sure y'all tap in with Anton Daniels, man. Follow him. He got dope content. Always good doing reactions to him. It's amazing that he used the same term I used. I hadn't watched this before doing the reaction to it, but I called it evil, and then shortly thereafter, he called it evil. Let's get to the comments before we move on. So the thought said, yes, empathy is what everyone has. That's what therapists use. Empathy. Everyone have the ability to understand. Souls of Thought said, this is what I was saying. She's a pun. A lot of black will run with her opinion. Yeah, a lot of black people will run with her opinion. Yeah. The tears down. They cut an hour and a half out of the video, bro. It's okay. It happens, dog. Come with the territory, bro. They literally took the whole last 90 minutes. Yeah, I crashed out, bro. It's okay. It's okay. You gotta crash out like that before you get monetized. Souls of Thought said, we are the problem. Black community supports anything that makes us feel like we are getting revenge. And we want that vengeance because we are still in the victim mindset or the victim mentality. Largely, not all of us, but largely. I agree with you, Souls, wholeheartedly. You cooking today, for sure, for sure. Yeah, yeah, man, it's tough to even see, you know, somebody that looked like me that's supposed to be from, you know, our tribe or whatever that can even behave that way. I mean, that's the same, that energy that she was giving off moments after finding out that Charlie didn't make it on her live stream, that tone that she was giving was the same tone that drill artists use when they speak in interviews about their passed away oppositions. Literally that same like sarcastic, almost this is funny to me, I'm glad it happened. Just, yeah, evil, demon time, really, if you really want to call it what it is. But that's it on the Anton Daniels reaction. Let's move. All right, y'all. So moving off of that, I guess this is a proper transition. We were just looking at Amanda Seales, and the fellas were talking about how she's annoying and whatnot. The ladies are quiet in the chat today, which is perfectly fine. We're glad that everybody's here. Make sure y'all hit the like button. We're going to move into the next topic, which is the question of the day. I'm going to give y'all a backstory to the question of the day. So before y'all start shooting at me, please hear me out. If a man tells you his wife is submissive, is she black? I'll let y'all answer that yes or no in the chat. Feel free. It's a safe environment. All perspectives are welcome here. Y'all do not have to be in agreement with the host. But yeah, if a man tells you that his wife is submissive, is she black? Is the question of the day. The reason why I'm asking you this, I'll give you the backstory. So I was having a conversation. I told the story on the Tears Down, but since it's no longer available because I got him flagged, I was having a conversation with a manager, and this was a black brother, and we were just having a casual conversation, and he was doing a little bit of ranting, if you will, in regards to like the state of relationships today and like the younger generations. This gentleman was a bit older, you know what I'm saying? So he was talking about the younger generations, the state of relationships, and stuff like that, and how women are so different these days. And then he started talking about his own wife and how he doesn't have those problems, right? There's a certain language men start speaking, and when they start speaking it's normally pretty telling to me, not in a bad way. Follow me. So he's like, he don't have them problems, you know. He's like, if he, you know, go home and tell his wife whoop-de-whoop, then that's what it is. And I was like, oh, okay. You know, people have a way of making their situation sound perfect when they talking. You know, it's just me and him talking one-on-one, but people have ways of making their situation sound perfect. So I'm like, oh, okay. You know, so I'm listening to him talking. He's like, yeah, you know, before I made this career move and this, that, and the third, you know what I mean? You know, I told my wife, you know, this, that, and the third, and she was just like, okay. And when he said that, I stopped him. I said, hey, man, I ain't trying to get in your business and you don't have to answer me. I said, now this dude was a brother, but after listening to him say a couple different times how much his wife listens and just says, okay, after he said that to me like the third time, I had to stop him, right? I said, hey, man. And I asked him just like this. I'm going to be honest. I said, your wife ain't black, is she? He said, nah. I'm not going to tell y'all what he said she is, but she's non-black, right? He's like, nah. And I was like, and he was like, how did you know? And this, I'm just being honest. I was like, because you said she listened. And he started dying laughing. And he was like, man, listen. And then we went off into a conversation about how you can't have these conversations for real to fix the problem because they don't listen. Like the problem prevents you from fixing the problem. So that's what made me bring this up as the question of the day and put it into the forefront of the conversation. Again, not always here to make everybody comfortable. We here to try to, gain some ground and get some understanding.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
All right, what the chat talking about? So Souls of Thought said, we already got that. Souls of Thought said, of course, a pure Nubian queen. I sense a hint of sarcasm, sir. Amari said, yes, just depends on what roles her parents exposed her to. Shout out to Omari. What up? Joe Jet said, hell no. The Tez Down said 3 more videos just flagged. LOL. Oh, okay. So it wasn't me then. It's you, Tez. It's not me. It's you. Oh, yeah, Tez, your videos be getting flagged because you be leaving the audio on them sports clips, bro. You got to start getting we'll talk offline. I don't want to mess up the segment. But let's stick to the question of the day. If a man tells you his wife is submissive, is she black? So we got one person saying yes. One person said hell no. Souls of Thought said yep. Yep, what? I'm being sarcastic. I mean, you being sarcastic, Souls? Is that what the yep is for? I just need confirmation for the chat for clarity. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it was, and again, I tell y'all all the time that like I don't enjoy like talking about how harsh the reality of this shit has become. I really don't enjoy it, but it is part of like I feel like the mission, right, is to get this shit a little bit better. And it's like, how do we change this from being something that is the case? Oh, for the Tez flagging. Yeah. He be keeping the audio on the sports clips. You got to start. Yeah, we'll talk offline, bro. But yeah, that's what that is. But yeah, the fact that like even just in my chat, we got some brothers that's what Ted say, he likes the sandy beaches. He has a woman that listens, non-black. Not to tell, these guys talk about this stuff. I'm not telling their business. Souls of Thought got a woman that listens, non-black. You know what I'm saying? I got friends, kinfolk. They say, man, my woman, she listen. You know what I'm saying? I tell her we doing this, we doing that. We finna woo. She like, okay. Non-black. Gee, I'm not saying there are no black women that listen. This ain't an attack. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that statistically speaking, he said, accept individuals for their choices and not focus on the race. We joke about it, but it causes more division than anything. I don't know about that, Souls. Let's talk about it. I don't know about that. Women are so who? Yeah, I don't know if it causes more division than anything because there's things that we can't ignore. He said, you said women are women. Nah, let's have a conversation. Because we won't fix it. Because I feel like this. We could disagree on this one for sure. Because I feel like that he said, accept individuals for their choices and not focus on the race. We joke about it, but it causes more division than anything. No, because the numbers show that this shit is real. It's not fake. It's not fake. It's just like if we say cancer is cancer and it doesn't disproportionately impact black people. It's not true. It's not true. It's like saying heart disease is just heart disease and everybody of all races die from heart disease, but more of us do it. So we can't do that. We'll never fix it like that. And I feel you. I feel where you coming from, but I just disagree. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand, but I disagree. Like it don't. We gotta have this conversation. Joe Jet said, "No, Souls." He said, "No," and then Soul said, "Black women focus on the words, not the actions of the other woman, of the other women." That's okay. So let's have this conversation then. For the sake of gaining ground, let's have this conversation. What do we do to change the statistics? Right now, statistically, the Black American woman is the least desired for marriage. Statistically. Don't give up. Stay in the conversation. I'm not saying you wrong. We just discussing different perspectives. Please stay in the conversation. What can we do to change the statistics? What can we do? What can we do to change the stats? Right now, statistically, based on the marriage stats, based on the divorce stats, based on the participation rate, based on everything, Black women are the least desired for marriage, at least in America, the Black American woman. So what do we do to change that? Or have we, or let's keep it $1. Have we got to a space where Black American women want marriage the least? Is that the thing? Is it really not a problem? Are they getting what they want? Do they just not want to marry anybody? Not even us, anybody. It's not like, oh, Black women are starting to marry Black men less, but they're getting married more. Like there's the great exodus of Black women leaving and going to get with white dudes and Filipinos. Like, no, that's not that's not what's going on. So how do we, what steps? Somebody give me actionable things to where we can curve, because I think it's a perspective issue, right? I discussed this in previous content where I said American, and this is not a Black thing, American women have grown indifferent to long-term relationships. They're indifferent. You hear them say shit like, well, if I find the ideal guy, cool, but if not, I'd rather be by myself. That's indifference. That's indifference. So how do we combat that? Because there's a crisis. And having a society full of people, he said, if the shoe fits, they will wear it or change. That's a fact. But let's toss out some solutions. Because when I start asking for solutions, we all quiet, right? I'm trying to think of some shit too on the fly. What do we do to curb this perspective? Because guess what? It affects all of us. Y'all think it don't, but it do. Souls know. He studies psychology. He know. It affects society. You go away from the family structure, but everybody's still hunching. But we've gone away from family structure. What type of adults are you going to see walking around in 20 years? What type of grown-ups do that make? And you got a society full of them. You got sociopaths. You got people with anger issues. You got a whole bunch of men out here that's been dysfunctional since they was kids, but they don't believe in therapy. You got a whole populace of them. They think therapy is a farce. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like we can't not have these conversations. He said, I just did speak on women only and not race. But then we're not fixing the problem. Because this isn't a, okay, you said speak on women only and not race. Okay, so if we speak on all women and the women in the UAE are getting married at a high ass clip and staying married. Mexicans ain't having no problem getting married and staying married. That's the I told you, G, it's over with. It's over with. It's over with. It's over with. This right here is why it's over with. Not even at Souls. Just that statement in the general. Speak on women only and not race. Black men can't get on their podcast and talk directly to Black women. It's a problem. But y'all argued with me when I told y'all Black male leadership in the household is over with. Black men can't, look at what's happening. Black men can't get on a podcast and talk directly to Black women. It's a problem. It's shit over with. I remember when a Black man walked in the room and the little Black girls knew to listen. Big Black man right there, listen. What he say go. Listen, that's a man. Now you got to prove some shit, earn some shit, show some shit, display some shit, make them comfortable, make them secure, do this, do that. Maybe there'll be a woman for you. But I can't come on here and talk directly to sisters as a brother. It's a problem. And then y'all argued with me and told me we still got leadership. Shit, you lying to me. Both of those things two things could be true at once, but not those
Classic.
two. Not those two. Two things could be true, not those two. We can't care about stats, fix your circle, and keep it moving. So why we here? Why we here? When I first started streaming, it was nobody watching. I came on this bitch every day, went one on nobody. Then it was just me and Joe Jet. Then some days it was just me and Jay Zilla. Some days it was just me and Deacon Chris. Shit, some days it was just me and Souls of Thought. Now today it's 8 people watching. In a few months, it's going to be 18. In a few months, it's going to be 85. We're not here to talk to the same 5 people every day, the same 2 people every day. So I can get offline. I could just fix my circle I could just get offline. We could shut the classic codes down. It's over with. The mission is right. The mission is right here. It's just my little bubble. Everybody just fix their little bubble.
Classic.
And it's all good. Male leadership is the culture. Give women a say in the culture, and look what you'll get. We getting the results of liberation.
Classic.
Get on the same page today, and I see where Soul's coming from. I'm just on a different page. We put bad athletes in the Hall of Fame yearly, so stats don't matter. I feel you. Souls of Thought said, I'm results driven. So I have happiness, so my results work. Yeah, you right. Me. The me society is what we living in right now. Me. I'm straight is straight. I'm straight is straight. The walls of Jericho falling all around me. I'm straight though. It's an apocalypse outside. No worries. I know 10 billion is out there suffering and dying, but I have a bunker. So it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You right. So Thought said, we here for those who watch, for sure. But I'm trying to expand that every day. I'm trying to tap into the people who are able to be, you know what I'm saying, enlightened. So you taking everything too direct. I'm just driving. Nah, for sure, Souls, for sure. You make it. Hey, listen, why it's happening for a reason. It's happening for a reason. You make it for great content. Don't worry, bro. Don't worry. We talk behind the scenes, bro. I know. You can't save everyone. Nope. Can't save everybody, but somebody gotta evangelize, somebody gotta, prophesy, somebody gotta be the one to grab those who can be saved. You got folks who understand this shit and they already enlightened. Cool. You got people who are able to be enlightened, but they need exposure to this shit. And if everybody took the stance of shit, I got my glasses, I could see it clear. I'm straight. If nobody came outside and was like, hey, y'all, glasses for sale, we wouldn't be able to get out of that other 1,000 people, we wouldn't be able to get those 10 or 12 other people. We got to go get them. Glasses for sale, glasses. I got the magic glasses, enlightenment. Come over here and get it. I don't care if it's 3 of y'all. Come get it. You see what I'm saying? I get what you're saying, though, Souls. You make it for great conversation. Don't trip, bro. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, man. I just think that it's something that we gotta, I'm pushing for it. We gotta get back to some life's tough, get a helmet type mentality so we can get back to having conversations that ain't always super comfortable. Like if I'm a black man and it get to a point where black men are the least desired man in the country as a black man, I'ma feel a way about that. Why are those the results? What are we doing? Even if I am not doing it, what are we out here doing? You see what I'm saying? And it's almost like when you go to talk to the sisters and you tell them, hey, look, right now, this shit look bad. And the first thing they say, again, we go straight to ourselves. Well, I am not that type of female. You are one woman. These stats is nationwide. This shit bad. So who can you talk to help your sisterhood? Oh, you don't care. Okay. All right. If we don't care, let's all just say that. Let's pack this shit up.
Classic.
You know what I'm saying? Like, well, he said the women get angry and then the conversation just goes to debating, which is probably why they're the least desired, right? Because we can't have a conversation that is inconvenient to their emotions. Which is probably, you get what I'm saying? So is everything you saying is in alignment. You so, bro, I'm with you, bro.
Classic.
I am with you. But today I'm trying to get to the bottom of how I see the Ask a Brother podcast, right? Shout out to Ask a Brother podcast. He catching a positive stray. This brother is in the psychology field. He's got the texture and the tone. He wears the suit. He's the opposite of Kevin Samuels in the way that he delivers everything. He's completely, you know what I'm saying? He gives it to him on a silver platter, plated neatly, forks, knives, napkins, glass of wine. He presents all the bad news, neat, plain, soft, real easy to accept. He still ain't penetrating through to nobody. It's like, what do we do? And then I had the Let Them Crash Out campaign, which I still ain't off of. I do believe in letting the people crash out, but it's like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know, chat. I don't know if we're gonna crack this one, chat. Cause Souls, I hear what you're saying as far as why it's not working. I hear what you're saying. So how do we circumvent that? What do we do?
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
Lisa said, but you as an individual can't fix it alone. Oh, for sure not. For sure not. That's why we got to, hey, listen, we got to bring the team together. We got to form like Voltron. Souls of Thought said he's manipulating his doing what I could. Oh, he said, we keep going queen panels. They all on the same wheel. Yeah. He said the women get angry and then the conversation just goes to debating. We keep going queen panels. They all on the same wheel. He's manipulating his he's doing what I could. I think that might got some typos, so I'm not sure what you meant on that one. Don't debate women, argue with the woman and she'll lie, give them instructions and corrections, or walk away and let them save themselves. Joe Jet, always profound. That's a fact.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Souls of Thought said it's not authentic, it will cause more damage. Is that in response to Joe Souls? It's not authentic, it will cause more damage. Oh, you talking about as far as like plating everything neatly? Oh, yeah. Okay, you talking about Ask a Brother. I'm with you. I got you, Souls. You talking about Ask a Brother. You said he's manipulating. He's doing what I could. Yeah. And then he said it's not authentic. It will cause more damage. Yeah. Joe Jet said a small group of people can inspire change. A group can change into a movement. A movement can become culture. Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I'm gonna show up every day. And listen, I'm not scared to take the arrows. I'm not scared to take the arrows from the chicks that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you just don't like women. Blah, man, listen, no, G, if somebody ain't going to be real about what's going on outside, we'll never fix it. When you go to Alcoholics Anonymous, the first thing they make you do is stand up and admit you got a problem, fam. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, and then the women who understand that they sisterhood is not, you know, in mass, not operating like ladies, the women who understand that, like the River TVs, like the what's my baby name? Why I'm not thinking of her name right now with the red hair. I got to react to some more of her content because I can't think of Simone, just like them. You know what I'm saying? They you know, they make this content and they understand this shit and they trying to teach women, hey, listen, this how you more like a female Kevin Samuels. They trying to show women like, hey, listen, this here's examples of what not to be. Okay. And then through showing you the examples of what not to be, I'm gonna tell you how you could be and how you should be and reverse engineer this thing to get results. Like we need more women too to come up here and stop trying to sound fucking perfect too. You know, nothing to the ladies in the chat. I'm saying in general, like when you see women on panels, they be perfect as hell in the chat. They be perfect as hell on the panels. And it'd be like, you know, we need, all right. So if you so perfect now, how you get there though? You feel me? Without the women disclosing too much of their own business, but how did you get there? Like, what was your rite of passage to becoming the good ass woman you became? Was it your upbringing? Did you just simply get raised right? Was it a situation where, you know, you had a couple of shortcomings and it gave you some understanding? Like, what was it? Like, women got to start laying the map out for each other. Because men will tell you, we'll come on here and tell you, dudes that have $1 million, they'll tell you shit. Before I was broke, I did this, I was doing that. Then I had made a play over here, did this, did that, and this how I got to the bag. Then when I got that first bag, I reinvested into this, and this how I got it. You could do it too. Men will tell you, we'll tell you. But the women who became good ass women, shit, they just be in the house. They ain't coming outside telling nobody. And the best example they could find is Sierra. That's the best example they could find. And I'm not gonna say that's a good or bad example. I'm just saying that's the best example they could find.
Classic.
Y'all take that how y'all want. Souls of Thought said, "Ask a Brother is a bag. I could be doing it." Facts. I told you to do it, Souls. Didn't I actually told you to do it, and I think you still should. Souls of Thought said, "Joe, thanks for your message today." Yeah, he cooking. Joe Jet said, "At Souls." Yep. Yes, but those women are supported by men, not women. That's a fact. Those women, River TV, Danica Dope Discussions. That's her name. I couldn't think of Danica. Danica Dope Discussions. Nicole Simone, all of them, they are mostly supported by men. That's the crazy part. Said not worth it. I understand. You feel like you'll be compromising your integrity in a way, or you just would be too prone to crashing out. We know you good for a crash.
I'm only gonna do this once.
But yeah, we ain't gonna stay on the question of the day too long. I just wanted to see what y'all initial responses was, and we got a mixed response. Soft Rain, welcome.
Classic.
We got I just wanted to see what y'all responses was to this. I'm glad that you guys didn't get polarized by the question and actually heard me out so we could have this discussion. Because like I said, these discussions are important. And they're not always like every day. I'm not going to come on here and make y'all comfortable. And I'm not comfortable every day talking about some of this shit. Because I know the type of women I grew up being raised by, the type of marriages I've been exposed to. I know what I've seen. And I know this, like what we doing out here. And like I try not to exclude myself. Like what we doing out here, that shit ain't. It don't look the same. It don't look the same. And we definitely not getting the same results. So as a thought said, I understand mental health and how it never heals. It just eats what you feed it. That's a bar. I ain't gonna hold you. That's a bar. You need to put that in your book.
Classic.
Everybody in chat 333 need to write a book. That's a fact. Everybody in chat 333. Jay Zilla gonna kick us off. I think he said his ebook is almost available and the hard copies come out next week, I believe. But I will tap in with Jay Zilla and get that information for y'all, chat.
Classic.
All right, so that's it for the question of the day. Let's move on. All right, we going into this TikTok video. Our TikTok reaction for the day is this brother has an opinion. I didn't watch the whole thing. I saw the caption. I felt like it'd be something good to cover. So I'm not sure exactly how he's going to articulate himself or what exactly he's going to say. I know he has an immense amount of followers on TikTok. So obviously he's saying something that's, reasonably decent to a large populace of people. But Joe Jet said, before I get into the video, Joe Jet said, good women are receptive to male influence. Being female-centric isn't it. The best women kept people together. Talk that shit, Joe. Soft Rain says, sounds like I missed a good one. I'll watch it back. Yeah. You missed some heat. For sure. Definitely, we appreciate you now, though. We got enough show left for you to enjoy, though. Let's get it. Hold on, y'all. It's on mute. Hold on.
Man, you know what every man can do? Get in shape and have a nice looking body. It's kind of hard for everybody. It's kind of hard to get money. But if you ain't got no money, what you can do is have your health and have some nice biceps, some nice abs, some nice arms, some nice legs. You can have that for free. And then you know what's so crazy about that? A lot of dudes say, man, I need to go get the money. I need to go get the money to get the girl. But here go the funny part. Don't you know women would let the dude that's in shape to take care of his body get it for free? And then they'll go get up with the guy that's out of shape. They got the money. They'll charge him for everything. Shit, in some cases, she'll take the dude money that's out of shape and go give it to the dude that's broke, that's in shape.
Classic.
She's naturally attracted. So, man, if you're going to do anything in life, bro, get in shape, bro. Get in shape. Hit the gym, man.
I'm only gonna do
That's
this
going to be
once.
way more important than getting money. Because if you sick, get what? How you going to spend the money if you sick? Get in shape, man. Hit that gym. Get that cardio pumping for at least 30 minutes to an hour.
Classic.
Man. It ain't going to hurt you. Man, you know what every man can do?
I'm going to let him run this back one more time. Let's get it. This video is 1 minute and 11 seconds. 111. The numerology is strong with us. Let's go.
Get in shape and have a nice looking body. It's kind of hard for everybody. It's kind of hard to get money. But if you ain't got no money, what you can do is have your health and have some nice biceps, some nice abs, some nice arms, some nice legs. You can have that for free. And then you know what's so crazy about that? A lot of dudes say, man, I need to go get the money. I need to go get the money to get the girl. But here go the funny part. Don't you know women would let the dude that's in shape to take care of his body get it for free? And then they'll go get up with the guy that's out of shape. They got the money. They'll charge him for everything. Shit, in some cases, she'll take the dude money that's out of shape and go give it to the dude that's broke, that's in shape. Because she's naturally attracted. So, man, if you're going to do anything in life, bro, get in shape, bro.
Yeah, I ain't trying to watch dude hawk loogies again. But yeah. He ain't told no lie. O said facts. Amari said, when you've been on both sides, you understand. Facts. Facts. When you've been on both sides, you understand. That's a freaking fact. So yeah, his caption was like, being in shape is better than financial health or whatever the case. I mean, financial wealth or whatever the case may be. I will say this: health is wealth. Health is wealth. And generally when you healthy, financial freedom is probably a goal for everybody. But as far as being like superty duperty wealthy, like a billionaire and shit like that, generally when you're super healthy and your body is no longer parasitic, your gut brain and your mind brain have clarity, no brain fog, your energy is high, you can operate off 5 hours of sleep, all of that stuff, right? When you've detoxified, generally when you get super healthy like that, your consciousness heightens. I'm telling y'all from experience, your consciousness heightens. When your consciousness heightens, you no longer necessarily desire to have $1 trillion. Like I said, financial freedom is a goal for everybody. You get to that point, people just be wanting to be comfortable. But most like super like healthy people, they become enlightened, they become very spiritual. It's a natural progression. It all kind of goes together. Generally, when you see somebody, you know, that looks the part, because I don't necessarily look like the woke dude. I'm not finna have no dashiki on or no shit like that. But when you see people that look the part, generally all that stuff be in alignment. They'll be spiritually rooted. They'll be the type of person that walk barefoot sometimes and shit. They generally probably got some type of fitness habits, even if it's just like intense yoga. They, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff goes in alignment. I tell people, like, when I changed the way I eat, it literally changed everything about me. My desires changed and everything. Like once I changed the food I ate, it was weird. Like all of a sudden, instead of like watching trash TV, I want to buy a book to read. You know what I'm saying? Or all of a sudden, instead of like, you know what I mean? Like your cravings change, everything. You just become more luminous, more enlightened. You just become like, I don't know how to call it. You just get a glow. Joe Jet said, I think we should look at being in shape as a spiritual practice too. That's a fact. That's
Classic.
a fact. I mean, in the Bible would tell you to honor your temple too. So it's like, agreed, Joe Jet and Classic. When my mental is foggy, a good cardio session or sauna session will clear that on up. Yup. That brain fog go away. You need less sleep, energy be heightened. You know what I mean? And then on top of that too, like just your physical body throughout the day, like the amount of like crackling and popping and joint pain and inflammation, all that shit be gone. You just wake up feeling good and ready to go, ready to do whatever it is you got to do. So it's levels to it for sure, but it's just like dude didn't tell no lies. Health is definitely wealth, and I think it benefits every especially men who strive to be husbands and stay husbands. It would benefit you to stay attractive to your woman, because these chicks, I'm telling you, adjust to what's going on outside. Unless you got one of them ones that's got that old school loyalty in her, you know what I'm saying? If you blessed with one of them ones that got that old school loyalty,
Classic.
you let yourself go long enough, and some young whippersnapper will be smacking your old lady when you ain't looking. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to make sure you stay on point.
I'm only gonna do this once.
You know what I mean? And I think that kind of goes both ways in regards to the women too. But I'm gonna tell you, more so like fellas, keep your shit together. And then the way that you get respect from other men is different too. Because I know as a man, when I see a man that is obese, I see a lot more than just like his weight. You know what I'm saying? I see somebody who either went through or is going through something. I see somebody who is tired, probably, right? Foggy, probably. I see somebody who is coping, right? I see a lot more than just a big person. I see someone who is probably inconsistent or very consistent at the wrong shit. I see someone who needs an adjustment of perspective, right? Like I see a lot more than just weight when I see an unfit man, because I know the man that I was when I was unfit. I'm not saying that I check every box on that damn list I just said, but I understand that when I was an unfit man, my shit wasn't together. You know what I'm saying? Also, like the shit go hand in hand. If you physically fit, your house probably somewhat clean. I don't know, because there's some nasty motherfuckers in the world that go to the gym. But like a lot of people that live healthy lifestyles, I would say more so to eat healthy. You know what I'm saying? You probably gonna want to get rid of clutter to a degree. You gonna want to, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just certain things that just come with it that happen naturally. So I would say taking care of your health, like the beginning of your prosperity starts in the gym, or not necessarily in the gym, but with fitness habits. For sure, for sure. I truly believe that. Fitness habits and good nutrition. So as a thought said, weight isn't always associated with fit. That's a fact too. It's not always about size either. I mean, you could be, and that's the thing too. If somebody not taking care of themselves, but they just got a high metabolism, like you can tell what an unfit skinny person look like too. You know what I mean? For sure, for sure. I'm with you. Weight isn't always associated with fitness. But there is certain things that you can preconceive though. Shout out to the code language on preconceived that we did. But there is things you can preconceive. Soft Rain said, Omari, you're right. Fasting is healing. Our bodies naturally fast when we are ill. So making it happen intentionally will bring more benefits. That's a fact. I fast as much as I could fast more. Actually, I haven't fasted. I need a good fast, actually. I need to do a good fast. Omari said fasting needs to be talked about more. Yeah, fasting needs to be talked about more and practice more. You know what I mean? I don't think people really understand the benefits of it. So it's one of those things. It's one of those things where if people understood the benefits of it, would they do it anyway? And I don't think so. Amari Knight says fast every Sunday. Joe Jet says soft rain. Bullseye. Yeah, but would people fast more even if they knew the benefits of it? I don't think so. Because fasting requires what? Discipline. And the one thing that stops most people from achieving their greatness is a lack of discipline. The willingness to be consistent with some shit over and over and over and over and over and over and over, in spite of whether or not you're getting a lot of results. Let's talk about it though. Since you said it need to be talked about, let's do it. You know, it's the codes now. We're going to get to it. Hey, Shorty.
Hey there, Classic. How's it going? What's on your mind today?
Hey, can you give me a breakdown real quick of the process that your body goes through in regards to healing of 72 hours of fasting from solid foods?
Absolutely. So when you fast for about 72 hours, your body goes through several stages. Initially, within the first 12 to 24 hours, your body uses up the glucose stored in your liver and muscles. After that, as those stores start to deplete, your body transitions into a state called ketosis, where it begins to break down fat for energy. Around the 48-hour mark, you'll see a significant increase in the production of ketones, which your brain and other organs can use for fuel. And by around the 72-hour mark, your body has typically ramped up autophagy, which is the process of cleaning out damaged cells and regenerating new ones. It's a pretty fascinating and complex process that brings a lot of benefits like improved metabolic health and reduced inflammation.
Thank you, Shorty.
You got it, Classic. If you've got any more questions or need more details, just let me know. Always happy to help out.
All right, baby. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's the process of just fasting for that's for just fasting for 72 hours, man. You know what I mean? So if you can go 3 days, no food, and just consume like H2O and H3O2, which would be fruit juice water, that's probably best for you. But if you could go 3 days with just like water and juice, you know, the amount of healing that you the reset that your body gonna get, you know, it's remarkable, to be honest with you. And I would recommend people, and this, I am not a health expert. This is all alleged for content creation purposes. I am not a health expert. I am not offering health advice. But to be honest with you though, if you was able to do some type of fast once a month, you would be putting your body in a whole different position. You know, I'm talking about in the way of like increasing your life expectancy. Omari said facts, but it benefits after 12 hours. Different times have different effects. Just food for the people. Oh, for sure. For sure. Intermittent fasting is also another way to fast. That's how I fast. Like, you know, I'm gone probably 12 hours out the day. The whole time I'm gone, I just drink water. That's a 12-hour fast off rip. And then, you know, so yeah, I just drink water. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those things. Like, if you want to be around for a while, if you want to die from natural causes, if you're not trying to get sick, you know what I'm saying, and pass away in the hospital, you know what I'm saying, you ain't trying to go that route. You got to make some choices today that's going to benefit you tomorrow for sure, for sure. And that's going to be in the way of nutrition and definitely in the way of physical fitness. I done told y'all, get you a foam roller, get you a massage gun, get you some resistance bands and a yoga mat. You at least be able to keep yourself situated. At least at the minimum. That shouldn't cost you that much money. But yeah, man, that's it on the TikTok reaction. All right, today's code language. Today's code language is on self-inflicted. All right. So we're gonna look up the definition like we always do and go from there. So that's the definition of self-inflicted is a wound or other harm inflicted on oneself. All right. And I'm gonna go to the overview. Let's go to the overview. Overview of self-inflicted refers to the act of intentionally harming one's own body, also known as self-harm or non-suicidal self-injury, as a coping mechanism for overwhelming emotional pain, such as anxiety, sadness, or distress. Methods include cutting, burning, scratching, and hitting. It could be associated with mental health conditions like depression, eating disorders, and post-traumatic stress disorder. While not unaliving tendency, I'm trying not to say that word, self-harm carries a higher risk for unaliving attempts and requires professional support and treatment. So this is the literal definition of self-inflicted, but I want to broaden it out a little bit and take it a bit off of harming oneself physically and just talk about self-infliction to ourselves in other ways. You know, a lot of times we will create some of our own wounds. And again, I never exclude myself from these conversations. I'm not the content creator that comes online every day and try to sound perfect with y'all. Me too. But a lot of times we can be guilty of giving ourselves our own wounds. And so I think that for most of us who are trying to progress, which I would think that would be all of us, right? Trying to progress in life in a multitude of different ways. You have to control the controllables. That's one of my favorite phrases. I'm really a firm believer, thanks to my dad, in not worrying about shit that's outside of my control. I do that very, very well. I heard my father say that and tell me that at a very, very young age. And that's one of the things in my life that I learned from an adult that I took straight to heart, because it just made the most sense out of that. Shit made more sense than 1 + 1 to me. You know what I'm saying? My dad said, why would I worry about some shit I can't do nothing about? And when he asked that question, I just looked at him like, it really ain't there. There really is no good answer for that. You know what I'm saying? And so I took that shit to heart. So yeah, I think that for a lot of us, if we can get into a position where we control the controllables and cut down on the self-inflicted things, I think we would all see greater gains and progress in whatever ways we trying to achieve it. You know, whether it be your physical fitness, whether it be your nutrition, whether it be your finances, whether it be your relationships, whether it be, you know, your profession, your career, you know, whatever it is. Just cut down on the amount of shit that you're doing to get in your own way, you know, because you'll look back and be like, damn, you know, I coulda, shoulda, woulda. You never want to be that person. You never want to be that person. Now, if you do something in an effort to try to make gains, and you end up, you know, taking an L or failing in some way, you learn from what you go through, and then you get back up and take another shot. That's what it is. You know, it's going to be a lot of no's before you get the yes you're looking for. But again, we stand on the term self-inflicted. You just want to make sure that you lock in on the things that you can put your hands on, the things that you can put your touch on, your texture on, and you make sure that you take care of those things. And then everything else, shit, that's why you stay prayed up. Let the universe know, let God know. Let them know what you want. Let them know what you're looking for. Let them know what you desire. Work towards it, and everything else gonna have to happen around you. It's outside of your hands. Literally, Amari said, wounds are part of life, just us learning more about ways to operate in life. That's a fact. That's a fact. And scars are reminders. I agree. But yeah, that's the code language for the day on self-inflicted. So yeah, man, that's all I really got. I don't really want to beat that concept in too much, but just, you know, make sure that we, again, not doing ourselves a disservice and just staying locked in, staying focused and looking at it that way, no matter what your results look like, when you sitting in that rocking chair, you know what I'm saying? You know, like shit, everything I could do, I did. And shit, that should give you some solace. But yeah, that's the code language for the day on self-inflicted. Yeah. All right.
Classic.
Saved a couple minutes for the chat Q&A. Y'all talk to me, man. Whatever y'all want to talk about, whatever y'all want to bring up, any questions, concerns, sports, whatever it is, anything y'all want to discuss, man. Chat Q&A. Talk to me. Y'all got what? I'll give y'all 10 minutes. Let's roll.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance, standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I give you, boy, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye if you ain't with real life. I seen a couple people try and it ain't in print. I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it end with me. It can end quickly. In the way I level up, I make them spin differently.
Talk to me, chat 333. What we doing? Chat Q&A. Let's do it.
Got these hoes in the fringe. They can't seem to get to me, babe. I done mastered discipline. It take more than booty cheeks. Need a little more conversation, cause I still be trying to see. I be listening with my eyes. Yeah, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize. You can't find another me. Let's get focused.
There it is. All right, we got one. Souls of Thought said, do you feel yesterday's event caused more to shut down or to double down on their voices and freedoms? On which side though? I think the liberals are gonna fight for their liberation, man. I think these people who want all these freedoms, I'm gonna be real with you. The liberal people are some of the most narcissistic people that there are. All their decisions, all of their not all of, but their decision making, their reasoning, it's all rooted in self, just everything me. Like there's a society here. Like sometimes as human beings, we got to stop and ask yourself, if everybody was like me, where would we be? Right? And for some people, the answer to that is concerning. You know what I'm saying? Very much concerning. But yeah, yesterday's events, do I think it caused more to shut down or double down? I think it depends on which side you on. I think for the people who speak like I speak or speak like you speak, souls that are being bold, I feel like it's probably causing people to choose a lane more so than, you know, shut down or double down. I think you're gonna have a lot of people that's redirecting, like, all right, they smoking motherfuckers for their opinion now, allegedly all for content creation purposes. So let me go ahead and just leave them folk alone, make my content, get my bag. You know, I'm gonna just keep talking about this relationship bullshit. You know, I think it's making people want to have less important conversations because they probably, you know, being fear mongered, you know, the energy harvest and be real. Joe Jet said bullseye. Souls of Thought said, ask questions, guys. This is the issue. Support us as creators. Go ahead, talk that shit. So
Classic.
But yeah, chat 333, the best in the game. You know they be holding me down. But yeah, the chat Q&A could be more lit. We have our days though.
I'm only gonna do this once.
But yeah, I don't know. I definitely feel like, you know, for the people, I think a lot of creators, content creators, like earlier you mentioned Anton Daniels, you know, you said you saw like fear in his eyes or whatever when he was covering it or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I think content creators with big platforms probably had to take a long, hard look in the mirror and ask themselves, am I willing to die for this shit? Like Anton probably wasn't the only one with fear in his eyes. Like yesterday when I saw that happen to Charlie Kirk, the first thing that popped in my head is that could have very easily been Myron Gaines. Pray for Myron Gaines. It's some people that hate his soul. If Myron Gaines get hit like Charlie Kirk did, you know what I'm saying? It'll be some people that find his grave and spit on it. It's some people that really hate Myron. And why? Because they hate the truth. That's why they hate him, because they hate the truth. And the first thing I thought about was that very easily could have been Myron. And I'm sure Myron has been doing similar things to Charlie Kirk. He's been doing the street interviews, the debates, you know what I'm saying? And he be sitting out in public in the streets. I mean, he has security there, but I mean, his security not in position to stop a sniper shot to the neck. Like his security he not surrounded. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure it made him rethink some of the street interviews or how he want to go about it as far as security, policing, all of that. You know what I mean? Souls of Thought said, yes, sir. Andrew Tate too. Yeah. All of the men that are telling men to be men and shit, you know, and they got huge platforms, they in danger, man. The Zesties got guns and they're upset. You know what I mean? The people, you know, they fighting for the right to remain unrighteous. It is what it is. They want to be zesty and they want to put vacuum cleaners on them babies. It is what it is. That's what they want. They fighting for the right to remain unrighteous. So my question to y'all would be, being the people who are supposed to be on the righteous side, y'all ready to fight back? It was wars in the Bible now. Y'all ready? Oh, okay. Carry on. But yeah, anything else for chat Q&A? Anything else for chat Q&A? What we got? Anything. It don't matter. Y'all got 5 more minutes with me. Let's get it.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance. Standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I give you, boy, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye if you ain't with me. I seen a couple people try and it ain't in pretty. I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it end with me. It can end quickly. In the way I level up, I make.
All right. We good then. All right, so look, we gonna call it one. I'm gonna go ahead and do a few things before I, do a few other things. So check it out. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all turn on notifications. You know I appreciate y'all being here. So as a thought said, think we need to get this meetup set up so we can record some shows. I'm down, bro. Let's tap in offline and see, what makes sense. I'm down. But yeah, man, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all turn on notifications. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. If you've done all those things already, make sure y'all let somebody else know about the codes. Somebody else that may want to indulge in some of this great conversation, some of the tough conversations. Somebody who knows how to agree to disagree and that's looking for some content that's going to get them through their day. We got a whole conglomerate over here. You got me around, somewhere around the afternoon, around this time, damn near every day of the week. I'm not afraid to stream on weekends too. So y'all got me coming in hot with constant content. You got the Tez Down coming in the mornings at like 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. You got Souls of Thought, Uncle Plug TV and Conversations with South Rain. They do paneling in the evenings, most nights out of the week. And then all of us drop our own independent content throughout the days and throughout the week as well. So make sure that you follow all those channels. Make sure you stay tapped in with us if you're looking for content that's entertaining, but also got some context to it and some, some food for thought to it. Again, something that makes you feel something that you can agree or disagree with so that you can have a conversation. If you're that type of person, we your type of people. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, but
Classic.
if y'all don't do nothing else, for me, make sure y'all stick to the codes. We got another classic. Yeah.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. What is the